Welcome to Studio A. Our guest today is Regina Gordon. And she may sound familiar to you because we've had her in the studio before. I believe this is her third visit. The most interviewed guest that I've had thus far. Welcome to the studio, Miss Regina.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing just great.
You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
You have had a number of changes over the last year. Yeah?
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
One of them being you're no longer with PFW.
That is correct.
The second one being you've started a business
Yes, I did.
and you've published a book.
Yes, I did.
Well, let's get into it. Let's start with the beginning. What is Uniquely Sark?
Uniquely Sark is a combination of me being unique,
Okay.
and Sark is sarcoidosis.
Sarcoidosis, which is what you suffer from.
Yes, it is.
For those who are unfamiliar with your story, let's talk a little bit about that. What is sarcoidosis?
Sarcoidosis is an inflammatory disease. It is has to do with the genes in your body, being born with that gene, and the environment attacking that gene, which turns it into granulomas.
Okay.
The granulomas is what attacks your body, and it fights your body, and your body is attacking itself,
Okay.
as if it does not like you.
Okay. Sort of like cancer.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I've had it for 30 years now. June will solidify my 30 years of having sarcoidosis.
Right. Wow.
Yes.
That's a very long time to suffer from this.
Yes, it is. But not all of those years were from suffering. Through all those years, I have raised 2 daughters.
Uh-huh.
I have 2 granddaughters.
Uh-huh.
I have gotten my degrees, my bachelor's and my master's,
Uh-huh.
almost a communications degree.
Okay.
Started my business, wrote a book. So
Thriving and surviving.
thriving and surviving.
Thriving and surviving.
Yes, and not only that, I am a patient advocate, a human.
You still are a patient advocate.
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. You plan on doing that as long as you can.
Yes, I will
Okay.
always continue to
And this
do
is for
that.
sarcoidosis.
This is for sarcoidosis, yes.
Okay. All right. So we've talked in the past about what sarcoidosis is, and let's talk a bit about the treatment that you go through, because I know you have is it a weekly treatment, a monthly treatment?
It is a monthly treatment.
Okay.
I receive that treatment every 4 weeks.
Okay.
Through infusions.
All right.
So I have to go to a clinic.
Is
here.
that clinic here in Fort Wayne?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yep, every 4 weeks. And I get patient assistance for that particular medication, but anything around that medication I still have to pay for.
Out of pocket.
Out of pocket since my retirement in December
From PFW?
from PFW, I have to pay for my medical care
Okay.
because I am not 65 yet.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So that's one of the reasons, which I didn't know I had this hidden talent of making earrings. That's why I came about making my earrings.
We're going to get into that, but let's stick with right now. You are paying out of pocket. You have to
Yes.
take care of your medical.
Yes,
How are you doing? Are you doing all right?
I'm doing fine.
All right.
But it was a struggle trying to get my medication because insurance will not pay for it.
Okay.
The patient assistance kind of messed up on taking care of that, but my doctor fixed it, and so now I'm getting that medication
Okay.
on a monthly basis. I do get the medication free, but the services around it is not
Well,
free.
praise God, something has worked out to your
Yes.
benefit.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. So let's see, we've talked a bit about you have the sarcoidosis. We've talked about the infusion. How are you living with sarcoidosis?
How am
Your
I
day-to-day,
living? My
how is that?
day-to-day.
Do you have to monitor what you eat?
I do pay attention to what I eat. I drink because I make sure I pay attention to what I eat. I do grow my own vegetables because I
Okay.
like to see what's in my vegetables or grow my vegetables. So for a couple of years, I couldn't grow vegetables. So I just fixed my greenhouse. And now I have my greenhouse up. I have some vegetables in there. I'm growing from seed this year.
Okay.
Because my income is reduced.
Right.
So I'm back to doing that. So I eat lots of vegetables. I eat fruit every day. I love fruit, so when I leave here, I'm going to go buy some.
So apples, oranges, or grapes?
I eat
blueberries?
Grapes. I eat oranges. I eat bananas. Lots of melons.
Because they're all healthy.
Yes.
For the body.
Yes.
And help replenish.
Yes. And I also drink a Gatorade Zero every day for electrolytes.
Okay.
Because sometimes I lose a lot of water. Because I'm on several different types of blood pressure medications as well.
I see.
So I pay very close attention to my health, especially more so now because I have to actually pay for my health care.
Right.
And I have to limit my doctor's appointments because all of that money is coming out of my pocket.
Coming out of pocket. So you're no longer with PFW. You were, last time we talked, you were writing a book.
Yes.
It's now published.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
What is your book about?
My book is about my journey, and it is through poetry. It's an interactive poetry book.
Okay.
It's sort of like a journal.
All right.
That anybody can purchase the book and write in it. So I decided I had all these poetry pieces or verses written, and I was trying to figure out what can I do with this to help others and to help myself.
Now, what are your poems about?
It is about
your sarcoidosis journey.
Sarcoidosis journey.
Life.
Some is like how sick I was. Some is about hating myself because I had the condition, about hating the world a little bit.
So you went through the stages of grief like a person does when they're losing someone, when someone is dying. You went through the different stages of grief, including anger.
Yes.
And all of those things.
Yeah, including suicide, possibly.
Okay, so your poems are about the different things that you've gone through. So the sarcoidosis, the anger, the upliftment, how you got grounded again. How did you get grounded again? How did you not become angry? How did you cease being angry?
Continue to write.
Okay.
Continue to write about my family life.
So you focused on what you were grateful for.
Yes. So the book is written into two parts. Living, it is written into, I'm about ready to cry.
Oh, why, Miss Regina?
Because I'm thinking about the time my youngest daughter called me up when I finished my book, and she kind of collaborated with me.
Okay.
And she finally read it. She said she pulled over off the side of the road, and I guess she had the book read to her because she listens to things while she's on driving.
Audiobook.
Yes. It's not on audio, but she can figure out a way to do things. She's so techie.
Okay, so she figured out a way to listen to the book while she was driving.
Yes.
She had to pull over to the side of the road.
And she started crying because she said, "Mom, I have never heard you speak so deeply about your condition in my entire life." She said, "It is so well written that I had to cry and I had to call you to give you thanks because we just never knew."
And you
how
have been
you were
going
feeling.
with it for 30 years.
Yes.
And they didn't know during that time frame how
No, because-
devastating this was for you.
Yes, because I needed to save face for my children. I didn't want my children to see how I was suffering through this condition because I wanted them to have a happy life.
Okay.
And I wanted them to live freely as people,
Okay.
and as children should.
Okay.
Because I was raising my kids during this time.
Sure.
So,
Your girls.
yes.
Your two girls.
Yes.
The one here and the one in Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay.
So
she pulled over to the side of the road and told you, Mom, thank you. This is a beautiful book. And I didn't know how deeply this affected you and you didn't let them see that because, like you said, you were staying strong for your girls, your
That's
babies.
correct.
Okay. So what will one glean from the book if they read it? Someone maybe that doesn't have sarcoidosis. This isn't for just people who suffer from the disease.
That is correct.
This is for everyone.
This is for everyone.
Okay.
Because it is not written solely about sarcoid, period.
Okay.
I just put that title down because that's what I have.
That's what was affecting you, or
Yes.
is affecting you, rather.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because this book is for anybody who has any kind of condition. It could just be it could just be somebody who's just thinking about life, period.
Okay.
Because it really is a life book.
Okay.
It is about dealing with an issue in the beginning and then living with that issue in the end and learning to understand what's going on with your own person. That's what the book is really about.
Okay.
And that's what I had to learn as I was going through life, is learning how to deal with an illness or learning how to deal with something that you don't know anything about and unpeeling those layers that is there.
Because 30 years ago, you had limited information about
That is
sarcoidosis.
correct. Yes.
You didn't know what it was. You didn't know anything. You were
That is
starting from
correct.
ground zero.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is absolutely
So
correct.
this in part is about your 30-year journey. Okay.
Yeah. The book is short,
Yeah.
but it's deep short.
Okay. Deep short. What does that mean?
It
delves deeply,
yes.
albeit a short book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I had one young lady, there was an article that PFW put out about me.
Okay.
And one young lady actually reached out to me via that article.
Really?
Yes. And we connected very well. And I told her about my book that I wrote. She bought the book. And I talked to her for about an hour after she had bought the book.
Okay.
And she went to, I also am a moderator for a national support group as well, too. And she attended several of the support groups.
Okay.
And then one day she called me and she said, Miss Gordon, I found 2 poems in your book that are alike, and I love them. One of them talks about how I wanted to, or how I was thinking about committing suicide at one time in my life.
Okay.
And this was during the time that my grandbaby was born. She's 7. That was part of dealing with the illness.
The suicidal thoughts?
Yes.
Okay. So you were depressed? Yeah, clinically depressed?
We all are. Anybody who has like a rare condition tends to be clinically depressed.
Okay.
Then
and you got through that depression by focusing on your grandbaby?
Oh, she is the joy of my life.
So that's what helped you come out of the darkness, so to speak. And what about your faith? Did your faith help you? Or were you struggling with faith?
I'm a very spiritual person, but I'm very private about it.
Okay. All right.
My family is my rock. And they are what helps me get through more than I can ever speak about.
Okay.
My family is my rock.
Uh-huh. Your source of strength,
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So when the young lady said she found the other poem, she started bawling because she said, I know exactly how you feel.
And the
how
other poem was about what?
it was the same poem.
Oh, the same poem, but she found it twice in the book.
Yes, but the second half of it has changed
I see. The second half of it has changed in what sense?
into a positive piece.
Okay, so it was started out about suicide, but now it's ending
It
talking
ended,
about what, life?
it talked about, yes, I can do this.
Okay, affirmative.
It was very affirmative.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and she said, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. That was the side that talks about living with the illness.
Uh-huh.
That's the positive side of the book. That's on the second half of the book.
Okay.
Because I thought about it. That was like a year later when I went back and revisited that poem.
And wrote the positive ending.
Yes, I did.
A year later.
Yes.
Okay, from writing
Yes.
the original part about the
Yes.
book. Okay. So what have you learned about yourself in writing a book?
I learned that I want to write another one.
You do. What will this one be about?
This one will be about, I've already started it,
Okay.
and it's called She Speaks.
Okay.
And this one is, I want to write it about, because my mom back in her day was about civil rights and racism and different things like that. She did a lot about that kind of work.
Which is still affecting us today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she gave me a bunch of her material.
Uh-huh. Your mom did.
Yes. And I want to draw from that and write poetry from that.
Based around your mother's life.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And my father used to write songs.
Okay. Was he a musician?
He was some of everything.
Okay.
And I didn't know him. But my mom gave me this gray box of things that he did and things that he wrote. Some of them was song. And so I want to take his song, and I've already did one piece already, but I want to take his songs and I want to answer what he wrote.
Okay.
And I want to dedicate that book to my mother and to my father.
Okay.
That's the next book I want to write, and I want to write it, She Speaks to Her Mother and Father.
Okay.
So that's the next book.
Okay. All right. That sounds wonderful. So you are going to herald your mama and your daddy. Very nice. Very nice. That's lovely. Let's talk about your business, which you hinted before. These beautiful earrings that you gave me, I don't know if you can see them or not, but they are stunning. And they are what you have made.
Yes.
And they're gorgeous.
And I also have on a pair too.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is uniquely Sark.
Yes.
This is the earring business.
Yes.
Okay. So how one gets a hold of you to buy the earrings is to go to
my website,
which is www.uniquelysark.com.
Yes.
Okay. And they can purchase your earrings.
Yes.
Well, why don't we talk about price ranges so people know what the range is?
My price range is anywhere from $6 to $20.
My goodness, that's reasonable.
Yes.
Very reasonable. And they're gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. How did you get started in doing this? I didn't know you made earrings.
I didn't know I was going to make earrings either. Let me tell you, I did not know I had this talent.
Okay.
And this is the God honest truth. I was just sitting up one day and I had an earring kit.
Okay.
And I was admiring, and I'm gonna tell you, it started last year.
All right.
I bought some beads,
Okay.
and I admired my daughter's bracelets, and I admired her necklaces. She makes wooden bracelets and wooden necklaces.
Okay.
And I was looking, I said, I'm going to be honest, I'm an earring junkie.
Okay.
I love earrings, and I never leave home without a pair of earrings on.
Okay.
And I said, and I love bracelets, and I don't have on any bracelets today. But I'm in love with like the glass bracelets, the beads, the actual natural beads, and all that. Not the wooden kind, but the natural beads for the earrings and all that stuff. I'm
Okay.
in love with that kind of stuff.
So you had been admiring your daughter's handiwork, her artistry, that she makes necklaces and bracelets, and you thought what?
I said, I'm sure I can do something with something. So I started looking around last year.
Okay.
And I said, let me buy something because I got an earring kit at home. But I didn't start making anything until January.
My goodness, this past January? Okay.
And all of a sudden, before I knew it, I had 100 pairs of earrings made. And I said to my mom, I said, you know what? I'm getting ready to start me a business.
Okay. Where did you get the inspiration from? From your daughter's beadwork?
No, I just wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh, I'm getting ready to make this pair of earrings.
And it would just come to you what it would look
Yes.
like?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just made them. And then sometimes I could just be sitting and making them. Then all of a sudden, I ordered a desk, not a desk, but a storage unit. I have a storage unit in my living room.
For your beads
For my
and-
beads, before you knew it. I had a whole thing of beads. I mean, I just went the whole gamut.
Okay.
And I'm here.
Okay. And they're gorgeous. You know, the first pair that I saw that were yours weren't actually the ones that you gave me or the ones you're wearing. They were the ones that you gave Miss Rhonda.
Yes.
Miss Rhonda Merriweather. She had on a pair of your lovely earrings, and I would see her wearing these earrings, and I finally said to her one day, I love your earrings. And she said, you know where I got these from? I said, where? She said, Regina Gordon. I said, what? Regina Gordon? The Regina Gordon I know? I didn't even know she made earrings. She said, yep, she makes earrings. So those were the first pair that I saw. And Miss Rhonda loves her earrings.
Yeah. Well, you know why I made those for her?
Why?
Because she saw what I was making, and she sent me a message and said, do you make shell earrings?
Uh-huh.
I said, what's a shell earring? No, she said cowrie. I said, what's a cowrie? So I had to go look it up.
Uh-huh.
And then I said, yep.
Yep, I do make
So
them.
I went and bought a bunch of shells. So in fact, shells are coming out this summer. 'Cause
Oh, really?
I got a whole drawer full of
Okay.
shells. So I've already started making them.
So look for them.
So look for them because I'm about to have a bunch of shell earrings on my website.
Okay, cowrie shell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. They're going to be looking something like this.
Those are gorgeous. And the lovely thing about what you're wearing right now, the earrings that you're wearing right now, is that it would go with anything.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes. So I have like several shows coming up. I'm doing a vending this weekend,
Okay.
and I'm doing one.
Now, when you say shows, you mean art shows.
So a friend of mine invited me to be a vendor at her event
Okay.
this weekend,
All
which is
right.
tomorrow.
All right.
My daughter's art show in Atlanta.
And tomorrow being the 11th of
Yes.
May.
Which
So
is
this is going to air a week from now, so it'll be
Yes.
too late for
It'll
that.
be too
But
late.
anyways, do you have something coming up after that?
I will be doing Juneteenth festival.
Okay, here in Fort Wayne?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also will be doing something in Gary. I'll be on a women's empowerment panel, and I was told to bring my earrings.
Okay. Now, how would one be able to track you and figure out where you're going to be? If they go to Uniquely Sark, would they find that
I am going
information?
to have a page up here soon.
Okay.
for all the events
Okay.
that I will be doing,
All
so
right.
that individuals will be able to track me.
And purchase your earrings.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, Miss Regina, you know what that means. It's that time.
I
Is there
know.
anything that we haven't discussed that you want to share?
Oh, I just want to put up my book for a moment.
Okay.
This is the book. It is called To Hell with Sarcoidosis and Other Illnesses, and it is for any and everyone.
And how much is the book?
And the book is $15.99, and you can get it at Amazon.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And if someone wants to reach you, how do they contact you?
Actually, if you go to my website, you can be able to contact me at my website. The book is also housed on my website.
Okay.
And also, I have all of my information on my actual earring website.
UniquelySark.com.
Yes. Yep.
UniquelySark.com. Wonderful. Miss Regina, thank you so much for you were so generous in coming into the studio today.
Oh, I don't mind.
Thank you so much. It was lovely catching up with you and seeing what you're doing now.
Thank
you.
And
you are doing wonderful things.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. So proud of you for publishing the book. So proud of you for your business.
Thank you.
Just really, really proud of you. And thank you for tuning in, and you be blessed.